And welcome back to the channel, everybody. Here, Lucas from Mars, again with another episode of this MLB Show 22 Custom League. And today, in this episode, very special one here, the World Series is starting here in this episode between the Houston Reapers and the Nashville Stars. There's a look at your postseason bracket, kind of a recap of it there. Houston has only lost twice so far in this postseason. Nashville was pushed to the brink of elimination against the Indianapolis Arrows. And so now we get into this game here. And we get into the World Series, Game 1. Starting this series in Nashville, Tennessee. And, you know, an 88-win team in the Reapers and a 97-win team, I believe, in the Nashville Stars. So a fascinating matchup right here. And great setup for this first World Series of the franchise. There's a look at their postseason comparison. 7-2 record for the Reapers in this postseason. 4.8 runs a game, 2.85 ERA, and a sub-1 whip. Really good stuff there. I didn't get to really read off the other stats there with the Stars, but you know, the tail of the tape for Nashville has been their offense. It's been the best in baseball this year, and that offensive momentum has been carried over into this postseason. They've been an excellent offensive team all playoffs long, and that's the trophy that these two teams are playing for right there, the World Series championship trophy here. The key for the Reapers, on the other hand, has been their pitching. Their pitching has been excellent all playoff long. Speaking of excellent, Marco Gonzalez was really good in his last start. Excellent the last time he was out there on the mound. So we'll see how he handles this Houston batting order. Here's Alberto Mondesi, batting .316 in the playoffs going into this bowl game here. And we are officially underway in the World Series. The first pitch from Marco Gonzalez is a fly ball into right. Max Kepler is there to make the catch. A little refresher on this Houston batting order and the lineups and the averages that we're seeing. Mondesi 308 after that flyout. JD Martinez batting second. Freddie Freeman, 286. Rafael Devers, 297. Jesus Sanchez batting 333. Alex Bregman, Matt Duffy, James McCann, and Mike Yastrzemski as well on this batting order. Here's JD Martinez. Kind of had a struggled in the championship series for sure. Only has one home run and 2 RBIs, 677 OPS going into tonight's game. One of those players you want to do well in this World Series, and he's going to start his World Series off in the right way with the base hits. It's only going to be a single down the left field line. So JD Martinez only had like 2 or 3 hits in the championship round. He gets a hit here to begin the World Series, and here's Freddie Freeman batting .386 on this postseason, and he's going to send a ground ball up the middle or up the right or left side of the infield. And Freddie Freeman is going to also start his World Series off with a base hit. And, you know, the offense for Houston, it's been working when they've needed it to. The offense has been continuing to come up with clutch hits all postseason long. They came up with, you know, 3 of their 4 wins in the ALCS, what came in the 9th inning or later when they scored, you know, the go-ahead run. So they've been doing that all postseason long, and Rafael Devers has been a key part of that, as he's going to line that changeup back up the middle for a single. I believe he came into this game with 12 RBIs and like 6 or 7 homers there, and he delivers again. Wow, that was not a good pitch there, a off-speed pitch, not well located by Marco Gonzalez, and 4 batters in. Houston is on the board here in the World Series. Now Jesus Sanchez goes into this game batting .333, and he's going to ground one back up the middle for a single. They're going to hold the runner at third base as Jesus Sanchez gets a hit here, and he gets on the bags as Alex Bregman is going to foul this one off. You want him to do well in this World Series. He kind of picked it up a little bit in the ALCS, but still only batting .176 and with a .596 OPS going into this game tonight. On 1 to Bregman. That's a ground ball to second for 1! On to first. And it's a double play. Big double play turn to right there. And that'll end the inning here. 4 hits to Houston off of Gonzalez in that first inning. They only get 1 run, but they do strike first in the World Series. So on the mound for the Reapers is Jose Barrios, and this is his 3rd start already of the playoffs. Has pitched, game 1 of the DS and the ALCS as well, and now pitching game 1 of the World Series. And his last start was really, really good, and going into this game with pretty good numbers. But can he control this offense? 306 average for Lindor, and that's going to go up as that ground ball just under the glove of Freddie Freeman. And, I mean, the top 5 batting order for Nashville has been unreal all postseason long. J.D. Davis, 349 batting average. I don't feel like we talked about him, too much. He hasn't done anything super flashy. He only has 2 home runs and 5 RBIs, but an over 1 OPS is getting on base like crazy in the playoffs, and he's had a couple of big home runs in this postseason. That's going to be a base hit as well through the hole. Another diving try by the Houston infield does not work out, and they can't get the out here. So first 2 men reached for Nashville, and first 2 of the 3 reached for Houston in the top half of this inning. And now here's Mike Trout. 304 batting average, a 965 OPS, 2 homers, and 8 RBIs. Yeah, I think he's coming into this game hitting the ball really well and contributed a lot in that ALCS. He's going to take this fastball, fly into deep right field, but Yastrzemski, I believe, is the right fielder on this team. Makes the catch, tagging, though, from second base is Lindor. So Francisco Lindor is at 3rd now. That's the first out of the game. And you look at this lineup, a 284 average in the postseason. That's really incredible. 320, 364, 298, 327, and 340. And Max Kepler even batting 295. I mean, those top 5 batting averages are just ridiculous. Speaking of ridiculous is Kyle Schwarber in the playoffs. 327 average and a 1.166 OPS with 6 homers, 15 ribbies. That is a ton of RBIs, leading the team, leading all of baseball here in the postseason. And he is going to ground that ball over to 3rd. That's going to score a run. He's going to add to that total. That's RBI number 16 for Kyle Schwarber on an infield single down the 3rd base line. Now the game is tied. It's 1-1 here in the first, and that's a swing and a miss of Paul Goldschmidt, who's got 6 homers and 12 ribbies right now, 340 average and over 1 OPS. It's between Schwarber and Goldschmidt for the MVP of this team. This World Series is going to determine it. That's going to be another single here, and around 3rd, coming home is J.D. Davis, and he's safe. Just getting in ahead of the tag. Paul Goldschmidt's got an RBI single. That's number 16 for him in the postseason. And it is a 2-1 lead for Nashville. So the Stars are out in front now. Here's Paul DeJong. As that high slurve, it does connect for strike 2. DeJong only batting 190 going into tonight's game. One of those hitters that is struggling probably the most out of the batting order here, as that's a grounder over to short. Finally ending the inning as Bregman there tosses it to Mondesi. Wow, so both teams get 4 hits. Nashville gets a couple of runs in the first, and they lead 2-1. A bad first inning for both of these pitchers to begin the evening. So here we go to the top of the 2nd, and here's Matt Duffy. Only comes into this game batting .237 with a .538 OPS and 5 RBIs. Had an unreal divisional round, but has really struggled recently, and he's back off of the snide here a little bit. That's going to be a drive into left, and the throw is offline. So Duffy there getting into 2nd with a double. Don't know how many extra base hits he's had since the ALDS. That was the series that he really started really well in, but has struggled a little bit recently. But here's James McCann as he's going to line that one into left field. That one's down, and Schwarber there trying to get it. It goes past him as he rolls into the ground, and that is going to be an RBI double from the catcher, James McCann. 262 average in that at bat, and now he increases it. James McCann has been quietly a really good offensive producer in the postseason for Houston. Not sure how many RBIs he has now after that swing, but here's Mike Yastrzemski the guy that's probably struggling the most out of this batting order right now. He's only batting 194 with 2 RBIs going into the game tonight. He's batting 9th in this order right now. Yeah, but Yastrzemski's going to drive that one into right, and it's not going to get it as Kepler. It's over the wall. Home run for Mike Yastrzemski. It is his first of the playoffs, and it's a 4-2 lead for the Reapers. Wow, jumping all over Marco Gonzalez here in the first couple of innings. And how about the bottom of this batting order coming through with some big hits? And you remember Mike Yastrzemski, I believe he got the go-ahead single in the ninth, in the, I believe it was, the extra inning game. I'm not sure which game I'm trying to think of in the championship series against New York. But I know that Mike Yastrzemski got a huge hit. I think it was tying the game at like 3 or something in the 9th inning of game 3 or 4. But either way, he had a huge single earlier in the playoffs. Drives and went over the wall for the first homer for him in the postseason. And how about 6 runs combined here for these two teams? As that is a swing and a miss. And so, big question, can Houston's offense keep up with what we've seen Nashville's offense do? So far, they have been able to do that and up to the challenge. I mean, Houston's offense was really not that bad, pretty good in the American League in the regular season, as that's a little chopper right out in front of the mound, and there's the first 0 put up by any of these pitchers here in this game tonight. So we're going to go to the 3rd inning. Reapers with 7 hits and 4 runs already. As we're in the top of the 3rd, here's Alex Bregman. 171 average now in the playoffs and is 0 for 1 on the day today. First pitch from him by Marco Gonzalez is a fly ball, as Kepler there in right is going to settle under it, making the catch there. That's the end of the top of the 3rd inning. So Marco Gonzalez finally gets through a frame cleanly. And here's Kyle Schwarber trying to steal second base, and out by quite a bit there is Mike Trout. Not sure if he's stolen any bags in the playoffs yet. I would assume he's stolen at least 1 or 2, but not a great jump there, and a really good throw actually by McCann there behind the dish. So now here's Goldschmidt, and Goldschmidt's going to fly that one down the line, but it's going to go just foul. 8.9 feet outside of the pole. That one had some home run distance on it. So what is the 0-2 here from Barrios? It's a fly ball pretty deep to right field here, as Martinez is right in front of the wall, makes the catch. Man, that was nearly, I don't know if that would have gone out without that catch. It would have been very close, but hit the ball well. Doesn't get any credit for it. That's the end of the 3rd. And here's James McCann, and James McCann is going to hit the ball well again down the line. That's his 2nd hit of the night. A single down the right field line, and a runner here, base runner with 1 out, and that's already the 8th hit given up by Marco Gonzalez in only 3.1 innings. He's only thrown 40 pitches, actually, but Houston is hitting the ball often and early against him in these counts. There's a swing, there's a drive. Schwarber does, in fact, track that baseball down, makes the play. That's a big 2nd out on a ball hit well there by Mike Yastrzemski. So we go to the top of the order again. Here's Alberto Mondesi batting exactly 300 with that 864 OPS. He's 0 for 2 so far tonight. That first pitch misses for ball 1. 4 for 8 lifetime is Mondesi against Marco Gonzalez. He's actually had very good success against him in his career. There's a 2-2. That's a ground ball right back up the middle, as McCann, I believe, is the guy on 2nd right now, as he will move up to the next bag. Now J.D. Martinez. 1-1 to him. There's a ground ball. That one's through. They're not. No, McCann is going home here. The throw is offline. James McCann's going to score. J.D. Martinez with the hits. Houston has taken a 5-2 lead. And another hit against Marco Gonzalez, number 9 or 10 against him so far. And J.D. Martinez has made it a 3-run game. Back up the middle, stopped by Gonzalez, takes his time here to throw it to first, and that'll land the top of the 4th inning. But 10 hits and 5 runs in only 4 innings for Houston. Their offense, they've had a couple of big offensive games in the playoffs, but this one, an offensive onslaught right now. So Nashville, they got to respond here as we go to the bottom of the 4th, and Max Kepler takes his spot to the batter's box here, as that's a 4-seamer on the corner for strike 3. Barrios with his 2nd strikeout, and be careful, because once Barrios gets into a rhythm, it can be really hard to throw him off, and he's got a 3-run cushion. So here's Paul DeJong, 2-1 pitch to him here from Barrios. It's a swing and a drive on a sinker. Paul DeJong crushes it, flips the bat away. That ball is gone. Solo shot by Paul DeJong. 375 on the distance. 2-run lead for the Reapers. 5-3. Man, and Paul DeJong hasn't been all that super successful in the postseason here, but he's had a few big swings, and that's one of them here, as man, he knew it pretty much right away, no doubter. 375 there. Let's look at where this one landed. About a few rows up there, 5 or 6 rows up there in left center. So a 2-run lead now as Francisco Lindor is going to send this ball to right field, but Yastrzemski is there making the play to end the 4th inning. So the Stars do get a run closer off of a solo shot by Paul DeJong, and man, Barrios, 8 hits, 3 runs for him through 4 innings. He is also struggling a bit in this game. The pitching for both sides has not been ideal. So man, Marco Gonzalez, still only at 52 pitches. Again, jumping over him often early here in this game. Rafael Devers is at the plate. That's a ground ball and an 0-1. And that throw takes Goldschmidt off the bag. Devers is going to reach. That's an error on Santiago Espinal. Now, as Nashville, they're playing in the shift. Alex Bregman, 1-0. Ground ball. That's going to be stopped up the middle. They get an out there and a double play. A big one there to kind of erase that error. And Marco Gonzalez does get a clean top of the 5th inning, basically, here. So probably going to be his last inning of the day. I don't imagine that they would try and risk him going into a 6th frame. But at least a 0 there as Mike Trout starts the 1 out here in the bottom of the 5th. So the first pitch is a slurve. That was a really good pitch there on the bottom of the zone. Mike Trout 667 against lefties and 238, I believe, against righties in the postseason here. Full count to him. Trout's going to swing and drive this fastball deep to center. Sanchez on the move as that one lands in the gap. And Yastrzemski is going to pick it up here as Trout is around second. And the throw is way offline. He's to third with a triple. And that is his first of the playoffs here, I believe. I remember there was a time that he tried to stretch a triple into an inside the Parker. And I believe that was in the championship series. But he gets to third there. Man, he's hit a lot of extra base hits. He's been a guy that has been very consistent so far, especially after the divisional round. Here's now Kyle Schwarber. He's having quite the day. 2 for 2, make it 3 for 3. Another RBI for Schwarber. Base hit up the middle. It is a 1-run game. 5-4. Kyle Schwarber coming up clutch again. RBI number 17, and hit that ball right back where it came from Barrios here. So Barrios with 86 pitches, that is a 2-0. That's a fastball for strike 1. 22 pitches in the inning for Barrios, and likely his last inning, maybe Paul DeJong, probably his last batter of the night. 2-1 to DeJong is a ground ball to first. There's Freddie Freeman. He's got it. Ends the 5th inning to end that frame. But man, Kyle Schwarber gets the Stars a little bit closer here. 1 run at a time. They now only trail by 1. 11 hits for Nashville here. 21 combined hits through 5 innings for these two teams. So man, a lot of offense in this game, and they are going to go to the bullpen here. Nashville will, and it's Brad Keller. Man, he's been really bad. And I'm just going to have to say it as it is. A 14 ERA in 3.2 innings is not necessarily ideal. And, you know, not necessarily ideal has really been this whole bullpen for the Nashville Stars in this postseason. Really hasn't been a single guy that you lean on and has been really consistent in this postseason for them. So this is going to be interesting to see how they handle this right now, this situation. As James McCann is at the dish here. Little chopper to third base. They get one out there, and that is a double play. A big one there turned by the Nashville infield. So big pitch by Brad Keller is now 2 out in the inning. Keller looking for a 0, and a big frame here that he would get as that's a fly ball deep to the outfield. Schwarber is at the wall here. Oh boy, and he reaches up and he makes the catch right at the wall. That one was gonna look like it was gonna go over. Maybe home run robbery right there a little bit by Kyle Schwarber in left field. So he's been having an incredible offensive day, and he's flashing the leather a little bit as well. As here's Paul Sewald. As man, he pitched 4 innings, I think at least 3 or 4 in the ALCS, and he was perfect. Basically, I mean, the average against lefties, he hasn't faced a lot of them in the postseason, but he's been really good. 1 run in 5 innings. So now here's Santiago Espinal, 1 for 2, base hit earlier in the game. And he's going to start this inning off with a drive that falls in for an extra base knock, it looks like, into the wall here. And Sanchez brings it back into the infield, but Santiago Espinal with a double. Big time extra base hit. There's the tying run on second base here for the Nashville Stars. Yeah, big drive, and it's rolled all the way to the wall. Now it's Manny Pena. That's a 4-seam fastball for strike 2. Pena 0 for 2 in this game. He's had a couple of big swings in the postseason, honestly, for Nashville. A little more offense than you would expect from him, but that's a 4-seam fastball. That was a perfect location right there. Don't mind McCann phasing into Manny Pena's head as he gets the ball back to the pitcher, but that was just perfect location right there to get the strikeout. Now it's Francisco Lindor, 1 for 3, ground ball. That's back up the middle here into right field, and Espinal is not going to test the guy here in right. So first and third, 1 out for J.D. Davis. That 4-seamer misses. Davis is 2 for 3 in this game, a couple of singles and a run scored. He's got an excellent RBI opportunity right here. So 1-0 pitch here to J.D. Davis from Paul Sewald. Is a swing and a drive down the line and left and gone. J.D. Davis delivering once more the huge homer. His third in the playoffs, and Nashville has the lead, 7-5. Wow, 5 unanswered for the Stars here. That was a high fly ball. Oh my goodness. Down the line. Man, what a swing by J.D. Davis. A high arcing shot. Connor Brogdon comes out of the bullpen now for the Reapers. Man, 5-2, now a 7-5 lead for Nashville. This offense so incredibly consistent up and down, and there's a play made there from the first baseman to the pitcher. But J.D. Davis, man, he's had a couple of huge swings. And, I mean, you think back to his swing that tied, I believe, I can't remember what game it was in the American League, in the National League Divisional round, but he had a huge game-tying home run late. And that one, he's had a couple of big, multi-run swings in the postseason. Here's Mark Melancon, and, I mean, he's been the star shutdown guy in the playoffs so far. He's pitched 3.2 innings, the only guy in this bullpen for Nashville to not give up a run in the postseason. Also, here he is, Mark Melancon facing off against Alberto Mondesi, and that 2-1 pitch not even close in the dirt. 3-1 ideal count for Mondesi here. That's going to send that ball to the outfield here into center. That one's going to drop in and bounce off the wall, and Alberto Mondesi's got himself a double. So not sure how many that has been for Mondesi, at least his second or third of the playoffs here, but huge extra base hit to start the inning off for the Reapers here. So they're going to bring the tying run onto the plate here. And it's J.D. Martinez. He's had a 2-for-3 night so far. That cutter to a misses high. Couple of singles and RBI, a run scored. He's had a good day for him offensively. And let's see what happens here. This 2-1 pitch to Martinez is a line drive. Oh, wow, caught by Lindor there at second. And Martinez hit that ball really well, crushed it, but just wasn't meant to get through, I guess. So now 1 out for Freddie Freeman, who is 1-for-3 on the night. He's had a pretty big hit as stealing third base and getting there. Wow, is Mondesi here, 85 speed, and at least his third stolen base of the game. Looked like he got a pretty good jump, and the throw was high. That's a gutsy call, for sure, in this situation, but now he's only 90 feet away. So here is Freddie Freeman with an 0-2 from Melanson. And it's a fly ball, and it's a cutter taking a step forward, but then going back is the right fielder here, as that's caught by Kepler, tagging and scoring is Alberto Mondesi. So how about that? A really effective stolen base right there, and it leads to a sacrifice fly. There's some great situational baseball as Houston is a run closer. Now it's Rafael Devers, 6 home runs, 12 ribbies. He's got an RBI single in this game tonight. Down by 1 is Houston. Here's a 2-1 pitch from Melanson as Devers swings, crushes it into right center field. Kepler doesn't move because that ball is gone! Rafael Devers, number 7 for the postseason. Wow, we are tied at 7 apiece. Man, 7s all around. 7-7 here in the 7th inning. 7 homers for Devers now. Just continuing to be the most clutch hitter for Houston all postseason long. Wow, a high arcing drive, 426 on the distance. No cheapie, that ball was absolutely crushed. So, I mean, still a 60% chance for Nashville to win the game, and then that pitch runs inside and plunks Sanchez, and that was a disaster of an outing for Mark Melanson, who he kind of lost a bit of trust in with that outing. That was really bad, and now it's Noah Ramirez. Pitched 7 innings already in the playoffs, and he's been very inconsistent, I would say, in the postseason so far. He's been good against lefties, but has struggled a little bit more against righties. So, man, I mean, what do you trust and who do you trust in this bullpen? That is just, I mean, it's been the question all postseason long for me, and it's continuing to raise its ugly head here as 2 runs allowed by Mark Melanson. Tie game here in this one. We go bottom 7 inning stretch in Nashville. We're tied up. So how about a big 7th inning for Houston? How does Nashville respond? Here's Paul Goldschmidt. 1-for-3 with a single, 13 ribbies in the postseason form. And Connor Brogdon pitching on the mound for Houston here. As Goldschmidt's going to swing drive this fastball to left field. Martinez at the wall, a line drive! Home run from Paul Goldschmidt! That's how you respond! Homer number 7 for the first baseman. And Nashville's ahead, 8-7. Man, oh man, they respond immediately. And Paul Goldschmidt matching Rafi Devers in the home run department, leading this team with 7 homers. Wow, that was not, I mean, that one didn't get out by much. That was a line drive shot for sure, but it got the job done and got over the fence. Wow, what a huge swing there. Now Daniel Hudson out for the Reapers in a back-and-forth game. One we're having right now. And I mean, for Houston, their bullpen hasn't been all that great either in the playoffs. I mean, we've seen a great for postseason so far by Kendall Graveman. And, I mean, we haven't seen Jeffrey Springs much. I don't think he's only pitched 1 inning, but he did pitch an effective inning. Maybe you should use him a bit more, but, I mean, this bullpen for Houston has also struggled a little bit, so that's definitely a key to watch out for in this World Series. But, man, what a swing by Paul Goldschmidt. He ended the NLCS. He bunched this team's ticket to the World Series, and that might be the, I mean, that might be the game-winning or the game-sealing home run right there. But can Houston muster up anything against Noah Ramirez? I think so far their offense has been proven capable of doing something like that as Matt Duffy. That is going to be strike 2 against him here. Good pitch by Noah Ramirez on the corner. So Noah Ramirez here coming back at him with a 2-2 pitch. And it's a 4-seamer driven to right. Good catch there by Schwarber. That ball hit pretty well, but cannot get over this glove of Kyle Schwarber. 1 down in the inning. 1-2 to McCann. As that slurve is crushed. I mean, it was right down the middle, but it's going to be an out on a fly ball to center. Trout makes that catch there, and actually they're going to go to the bullpen again, and they're going to bring out Paul Fry. So, could have brought him out in the beginning of the inning, but they didn't. They decided not to. Paul Fry, 3 runs in 6 innings so far in the postseason for him. As here's Mike Yastrzemski. Big 2-run homer for him earlier in the game. He's going to ground this one to short. That's picked up over to the first baseman Goldschmidt there, and that'll end the inning. Paul DeYoung sends us to the bottom of the 8th. So 9-1-2 for the Stars due up here in the 8th inning. I'll look for some insurance runs off of Houston. So here's Alex Vesia, and I mean, he's definitely struggled in the postseason, especially against lefties. 375 average against them in the playoffs, but 3.1 innings and 8.1 ERA. I mean, these are a lot of high ERAs in the 6s and 7s for a lot of these bullpen arms for Houston here. That's going to be another hit for Francisco Lindor, 3-for-4 game. I mean, he has just been an excellent leadoff hitter all postseason. He didn't start the postseason out as this team's leadoff hitter, but very quickly was moved to that role, and since he's been moved there, he's just been getting on base like crazy. Well, here's J.D. Davis. He's had quite the impressive day with a huge homer earlier in the game that gave Nashville a 7-5 lead. That's a ball inside to him. 3-2 pitch now to Davis. Big one here from Vesia, and it's a 4-seamer that misses for ball 4. So, here we go. 2-man on, 1-man out. You just cannot count this Nashville offense out, man. They're going to be scoring. They're going to look to score even more right now. Here's Mike Trout. 1-for-4. That triple that he had last time up, he's got a great RBI chance. 1-2. Runs inside, and it hits Mike Trout on the back. So the bases are loaded up now, and they're going to quickly go back to the bullpen again. And that was a disaster of an outing right there by Alex Vesia. Really struggled there. And now here's Jeffrey Springs, and this is what I'm talking about. I mean, only 1 inning, so very small sample, but he was very effective in that one frame. You might just need to bring him out a bit more, because right now you don't have a lot of guys you really can turn to reliably if you're Houston. But a tough spot for Jeffrey Springs to be put into here with the bases loaded, and especially against Kyle Schwarber. Line drive, that's going to be another base hit. Come on, 1 RBI, and around third comes Davis. He's going to score! 2 more ribbies for Kyle Schwarber. Another 4 RBI game. He's had like 3 of those in the playoffs. Just incredible. And nearly got Davis there on the tag, but just got past it there. Wow, and it's now 10-7 in Nashville. So it's just an another unreal postseason game for Kyle Schwarber. And here's Paul Goldschmidt. He's had a good day too. A home run, a single, and a couple of ribbies. As he's got 14 now on the postseason. 2 on, 1 out. As there's a ground ball that's back up the middle. As Trout is around third, he is gonna score. Throw is late. Another run for Nashville. Another ribby for Paul Goldschmidt. Number 15, I believe. And right now, Kyle Schwarber and Paul Goldschmidt are competing for the most RBIs on this ball club. And, I mean, the MVP of the postseason for Nashville, I don't know which one of them is going to get it. They have just been so good in the postseason. As there's a ground ball, and that's going to, looks like there's the throw across the diamond, finally going to put an end to the 8th, but a brutal frame. Both of those runs charged to Alex Vesia. Jeffrey Springs, I mean, did give up a couple of hits there. He didn't really play that well. 18 hits tonight for Nashville. Just offensive onslaughts, and a little bit of a concerning sign if you're Houston right now in this series. I mean, this is a Nashville offense that has just dominated all game, and now Paul Fry is pitching here in the 9th inning. I believe this actually, he will get credit for the save if he shuts the door here, because it was a one-run game when he came into it. But here's JD Martinez, 2 for 4, a couple of singles and an RBI after that strikeout to start the inning off. Now 1-2 from Paul Fry here. As there is a swing and a miss. Perfect high fastball for strike 3. And, I mean, that's only like the 3rd strikeout of the whole game, I believe, for Nashville's pitching staff. As the first pitch, a ground ball to the second baseman. Actually, it's the shortstop, Leopoldion, playing way over, and that's the end of the game. Nashville will hold on, and they get a huge Game 1 victory at home here against the Reapers. So Nashville handing the Houston Reapers their 3rd postseason loss here. And an offensive explosion for them in Game 1. I mean, the Reapers pitching, that was their strongest suit. That was what they were leaning on. And today it was really bad. I mean, 18 hits allowed, 11 runs. Paul Goldschmidt and Kyle Schwarber led the way on the offense. Both those guys had incredible ball games. Big swings from J.D. Davis and Francisco Lindor as well. I mean, really the top 5 of this batting order, like we've seen all postseason long, had an incredible game as well tonight. And when those guys are hitting the ball like they did in this game, and like they have been really all postseason long, this team is almost impossible to beat. I mean, it's so hard to beat this squad when those guys are hitting the ball well and they have great games, and all 5 of them did today. Well, there's a swing by Devers here. That was his 7th homer of the postseason, and right now, definitely the postseason MVP is Rafael Devers. There's not really much of a close second right now between, Devers and anybody else on the Reapers lineup. But Noah Ramirez getting the win. Connor Brogdon handed the loss, and it does give a save to Paul Fry for his 4-out performance. So the offense for Houston much more spread out, 2 for 4 for Devers, but Davis 3 for. I mean, we're going to look at the offense for Nashville in this game was incredible, but everybody besides Alex Bregman got a hit tonight for Houston. 2 hits for Mondesi and Martinez, an RBI for Martinez. And Freeman, 2 for 4 for Devers with a home run and a couple of ribbies. Sanchez did get a hit. He's batting .333. Duffy got a hit. McCann batting .270 now in the postseason, 2 for 4 with an RBI. Yastrzemski had a home run and 2 ribbies. As you see the doubles, the home runs there. Devers with 7, Yastrzemski with 1. Freeman 6 RBIs, McCann 7, Devers 13. Martinez his 3rd RBI, and Yastrzemski has 4 of them now. And, the offense for Houston has been really good, and it's been really spread out. So a lot of guys there with some good averages. Alex Bregman is still the one guy that's really probably struggling the most out of anybody. But the pitching tonight for Houston was just not good. Jose Briels, 5 innings, 11 hits allowed. That's a ton. 4 runs, 4.3 ERA. 0.1 innings, 3 runs allowed by Paul Sewald. He sucked tonight. Connor Brogdon gave up a run in 0.2 innings. Hudson, the only guy besides Jeffrey Springs out of the bullpen, did not give up a run, but Alex Vesia gave up 3 earned to him, and even Springs gave up a couple of hits late in this game. So, yeah, look at those ERAs. 6.75, 6.23, 4.91, 14.7. It's just really high ERAs for everybody in that bullpen, basically, for Houston, and so that's definitely a concern of theirs. But look at the top 5 batting order here. You got 3 hits for Lindor, 3 for J.D. Davis with 3 RBIs, 1 for Chop, 4 for Shore with 4 ribbies, Goldschmidt with 3 and 3 RBIs, and I mean, a hit for Kepler, a hit for DeYoung, and 2 for Espinal. Just everybody in this lineup besides Manny Pena making a huge difference tonight. Chop with his second triple, Espinal with his first double of the postseason, Goldschmidt 7th home run, and DeYoung and Davis with their 3rd homers. Goldschmidt 15 ribbies. Schwarber has 19 RBIs now in the postseason. That's unreal. Davis with 3 of them, and Paul DeYoung with 7. And I'm gonna look this up quickly as I'm recording, but I mean, you know that the RBI records in a postseason was set by David Freese for the Cardinals in 2011. So I mean, I think he was like 20 or 21. So I mean, he's getting close to that right now with 19. As you look at the pitching, it's 22 for, actually, Adolis Garcia set the record. Remember that for the Rangers in last year's postseason. 22 is the record. He's only 3 away from that, and we just started the World Series. So Marco Gonzalez, 10 hits in 5 innings, 5 runs. Not great numbers there. Keller pitched a scoreless inning. Buck Melanson kind of struggled there, gave up 2 runs. But Ramirez and Fry didn't give up a run in their outings, but still, you know, ERA is over the 4s for Nashville as well. So the bullpen is easily the biggest question mark for both of these teams. And Houston will look to improve on the pitching here going into Game 2. We're just going to hop right into Game 2 here as we're going to resume kind of what we were doing in the other series where we're going to quick manage these games. We're not going to quick manage any elimination games, though. So, you know, say somebody's up 3-0 or 3-1. We're going to play every single elimination game that we see in this World Series in full. But for at least, you know, games 2 through, you know, at least games 2 through like 3, we're going to quick manage and we're going to hop in if it's a close one. So how do we follow up a pretty good Game 1? Antonio Sensatella is on the mound for Nashville, and you know, he had a good game start. His first start of the postseason. He's logged 17 hits in 13 innings, which is quite a lot, but only has allowed 1 walk, 5.54 ERA. Kind of struggled the last time we saw him out there, and that was what, Game 6? Or no, that was Game 5 of the NLCS, I believe. So we'll see what happens here. 14 hits for Roberto Mondesi in the postseason is really good. As here we go, quick managing Game 2 of the World Series. That's a fly out there. Martinez grounds out. That's a base hit for Freddie Freeman. He's been really good in the postseason here. As James Paxton is on the mound, and he has had 2 unbelievable starts. That's a home run for Alex Bregman. That's number 3 for him in the postseason. He's got like 5 or 6 RBIs now. I believe it's 5 for him in the postseason. But James Paxton has pitched 2 unreal starts. He's only given up like 3 runs all postseason long, and he's off to a good start here in this game so far. That's a big double play. Ground out there. 17 innings and a 106 ERA is pretty incredible there. And that's a walk. First base runner of the game. Lindor grounds out. So pretty clean first 3 innings here for the pitcher. Sanchez is going to swing and crush that one. It's a home run for him. RBI number 8 for him, and I believe home run number 3 for Jesus Sanchez. That's a double for Mike Trout. First hit of the night against James Paxton. Here's Kyle Schwarber, strikes out. Okay, Goldschmidt is hit by a pitch. And that's a ground. Best chance for Nashville to score in this game. Double by Matt Duffy. James McCann gets a big base hit. That's an RBI for him. And that's an RBI for Mike Yastrzemski as well. 2 for 2 on the night. That's his 4th or 5th RBI of the postseason. That's a ground ball base hit. But no run scored. Freddie Freeman crushes his 3rd homer of the playoffs. 2-run shot and a 4-run top of the 5th for Houston. They're up 6-0 here already. Wow, so James Paxton has a ton of wiggle room and a big cushion, and he's using it right now. He has been unreal. As Paxton, we're into the bottom of the 6th inning now. There's a base hit. Mike Trout, base hit. Schwarber, big RBI chance. Here, strikes out. That's a huge K. Wow, Paul Goldschmidt cannot come through. Man, James McCann with 8 RBIs. That's impressive. But, man, 6-0. And speaking of impressive, how about James Paxton in this game? Can he get 7 innings? As Lindor is at the plate here, and he does! Wow, 7 scoreless frames against Nashville's pitching staff. JD Martinez crushing a home run. Wow, Freddie Freeman with 3 home runs, 8 RBIs. Now it's Jimmy Nelson. Base hit by Freddie Freeman. He's having an incredible playoff here. Fly out Alex Bregman. Gets a big base hit. That's his 6th RBI of the playoffs. It's 8-0. There's James McCann at the plate. There's a walk. Yastrzemski up. And Yastrzemski's going to deliver again. He's got 7 ribbies now in the postseason. Bases loaded, strikes out. Wow, finally ends the 8th inning. Another 4-run inning by Houston, and this is a dominant Game 2 performance. Jeez, 10-0 now. As there's a double, Mike Trout's 2nd double of the game, and that is going to be the plug here. It looks like they're going to go to the bullpen for Houston here, and I mean, I think you could be comfortable continuing to pitch James Paxton, but I mean, you're up 10-0. They're going to go to the bullpen, and they are going to go to Dos Santos. There's a home run for Kyle Schwarber. Wow, I think that's his 7th of the playoffs. He's now at 21 ribbies. He's only 1 away from tying a Major League record. I mean, maybe too little too late in this game. It's still 10-2 right now. As there's a base hit. Come on, Jordan Holloway. There's finally a 0. But DeSantos continuing to pitch here in the 9th. There's a strikeout, and a strikeout. That will end the game. So, man, Houston had this one in the bag pretty early on tonight, and they had a dominant Game 2 win right here, 10-2. The offense for them was clicking on all cylinders in this one, and the pitching, man, James Paxton, my man, what an incredible game. And he's had 3 unreal postseason starts. And he gets the win, his 2nd of the postseason, 7.1 innings, 5 hits, 1 run earned. That's incredible. And Alex Bregman, a 3-for-5 day with a home run and a couple of RBIs. So, you know, and even the bottom of the batting order for the Reapers, again, had a big night. You saw a couple of big hits from Mike Yastrzemski and from James McCann tonight. And, you know, it's not something that we're really seeing a ton from the Nashville batting order. It's kind of like the bottom 3 guys for Nashville haven't been that effective in this postseason for them. But, man, their offense just totally shut down in this one. You got Mondesi 1-for-4, 319 average now for him. Martinez got an RBI. He's got 4 of them now. Freddie Freeman had a really big day, 3-for-5, a home run, his 3rd of the playoffs, and 8 RBIs now for him. Devers 0-for-4, but Jesus Sanchez, man, batting .342 now in the playoffs. Had a home run, his 3rd, and an RBI. Bregman 3-for-5. He got a home run, his 3rd of the postseason. He's got 6 ribbies now. And McCann had an RBI as well. He's got 8 now. I believe, yeah, he's got 8 now. Yastrzemski got 7. He was 3-for-5, and he's got his average up to 256 after tonight's bowl game. So there's a lot of 2s and 3s there on the home run and double category for these hitters. And I mean, an all-around offensive showcase. Only Rafi Devers did not get a hit tonight for the Houston Reapers. And James Paxton, a 3rd unreal postseason outing. 7.1 innings, 5 hits, 1 run, 2 walks, and 3 strikeouts. A 1.21 ERA in the postseason. And Antonio Santos, his 1st postseason action of the whole playoffs here, 1.2 innings. Did give up a home run to Kyle Schwarber, but got the job done and closed the door. So that's going to be the end of this episode for me, everybody. A good start to the World Series here. A really good Game 1, not so great a Game 2, but we'll be right back with Games 3 and 4 in the next episode of this series. Got Mike Trout with 2 doubles. He got 6 of them in the postseason. That's really impressive. Schwarber, the only guy to do anything else really here for Nashville his 7th home run and 21st RBI. That's something to watch, a storyline going into games 3 and 4. Can Kyle Schwarber catch the record for the most RBI postseason, or most RBIs in the playoffs? That he is right on the cusp of it right now. And look at the pitching, and yeah, Antonio Senzatella kind of struggled here, only 4 innings for him, and Lopez gave up 3 runs as well out of the bullpen. Jimmy Nelson is just, he's been so bad all postseason long. Do not use him anymore. That's what I have to say. And then Jordan Holloway did give, 1.1 innings and didn't give up a run, but it was pretty shaky. He gave up a couple of hits and a walk in his outing. His ERA is all the way down to 9. So, man, what an interesting start. Okay, we're tied at 1 apiece here, and so we will see at least 5 games of this series here. And again, thank you guys so much for watching this episode. And remember to subscribe to the channel so you are notified of when I come out with no new videos. This is the last week of the postseason, or of the school year, excuse me. The last week of the school year for me. In terms of regular classes, I have finals week coming up the week after that. And so, we've been at 1 episode a week for the last, for basically the whole semester. I don't know if that'll increase here coming up. I know, next week expect a video, but the summer is really close. It's right around the corner. And at that time, we'll try to get more videos out to you, though we'll have an internship. So I don't know how busy I'll be over the summer, but we'll just have to see what the schedule looks like when that time comes. But either way, thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you all have a great weekend. You've been listening to Lucas from Mars. Have a great day, everybody, again, and God bless.